How do you create your dream life, guys? Okay, now this question is very different to everyone who has their own ideal version of their dream life, okay? But one thing is always common between every single person who ends up achieving what they want, okay? And it is always to do with their environment and their mental state, okay, guys? Your mind is probably one of the most powerful things you have, okay? And if you don't know how to use it correctly, you don't know how to program it to fit exactly what you want, you are not going to get your dream life, okay? Your dream life is a consequence of many actions and beliefs in yourself that in turn change the reality you see, okay? I always wanted to move to Miami. I always wanted to have a bike. I wanted to be in South Beach. I wanted to lift a lot of weights. I wanted to be that guy. And it took me a long time to get here, but I always had the vision. I had the vision when I was younger, when I was 17. I looked at Miami Beach. I was like, wow, this is a sick place. I'd want to live here one day. Look at all this cool stuff going around. Like, look at all these jacked people. Look at all these girls. You know, like, it was a fascination for me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to change my worldview in order to get this, okay? And everything takes time. You got to understand that. But you have to realize that in order to make something happen, you have to physically start changing your environment, okay? First off, where you live, where you study, where you do things, that's a given. But one of the things people don't realize is the small little things within your environment, right? Where do you go eat lunch? Where do you go grab coffee? Where do you go sleep? Where do you go hang out? Where do you do everything? Everything matters in your life, guys. I don't care if you think it doesn't. Everything subconsciously trains you to believe in some way, shape, or form, okay? So if I go out and I go to really nice dinners every single day for 3 weeks, I'm going to be now adjusted to that new norm. And anything less than a nice dinner is going to feel weird to me, okay? And so that is the same thing when it comes to aligning yourself to your dream life, okay? You want to be in a constant state of you pretty much already being in your dream life, okay? So what was that looking like for me? That was looking like, okay, I need to work out all the time because I want to be like close to the beach. I want to be close to the gym. You know, I want to work out all the time. So it didn't matter where I'd go, I'd work out. And then after I mastered that, I was like, okay, now I need to work out in a nice place. And I only told myself I would go to nice gyms. So then I would elevate my motivation to further pursue what I wanted to do, which was actually be in South Beach and lift a bunch of weights there, okay? So this has to happen within your head, and it has to happen slowly, and you have to get used to it, all right? If you want to be really successful, really rich, and you want to, have personal autonomy, whatever it may be, you can't assume just doing the work is going to get you there, because you need to change who you are as a person. You need to adapt and become like the person you want to be before you actually become that person, okay? Like, in order to be really good with women, you have to start acting like you already are, okay? You have to start acting like you already know what you're doing. That is the key, guys. The key is always to fake it till you make it. And it sounds cliche, but it works all the damn time. And I preach on this channel so much why you should self-talk. Because self-talk, guys, it's the start of all of this, all right? It's the start of changing your reality, okay? If you constantly tell yourself you're really good at something, you constantly tell yourself, this is all I'm doing, I'm focused on this, I am this type of person, physically, you start saying it, right? Just to yourself. Over time, your body and your mind, they listen to what you're saying. If you consistently say that, you're gonna eventually take the action to get there, okay? If you constantly say you're good with women, you know what's going on, you're smart, you get good grades, you know exactly what's going on, all this stuff, over time you will gravitate towards that, because it's just your mind, it's just programming. We're all programmable, okay? I try and stress this again so much on my channel, that your mind and your self-talk is one of the most important things you can have. And if you want to achieve your dream life, you want to become a jack genius like I preach on this channel, get smart, get strong, get social, okay? You have to believe you are already. And that is what's going to get you to that next level, okay? You don't take things at the start really slow. You have to throw yourself in there. You can't just like think it's gonna naturally happen. You can't think it's just, you're deserved it. I used to think I was deserved the life just because I thought of it, okay? No, you have to take the actions to get there. And once you do that, you start seeing life change before your eyes. One thing I think is very interesting that I don't know if many people experience, but I experienced this. When you start believing in yourself, when you start believing in what you say is actually true, people react to it, man. Like, they react to it in a way that is so different than if you believe you're not, okay? I see this a lot with women. The more you're confident, the more you feel inner with yourself that you are the man, the more people react to it. And that is something that it's energy. I think it's some sort of energy, man. Like, and you have to master that. You have to understand that it is very important. The actions you do, the things that you think don't matter, right? Your small little distractions, the small things putting you away from your goals. Those are the things that are separating you from who you want to become, guys. Okay? So if you want to take the next step, you want to become a Jack Genius, you want to be smart, you want to be strong, you want to be social, you want to create your ideal life, okay, guys? The step you need to take is to start mastering your mentality. Start believing in what you want. Write it down. Figure out and start talking to yourself that you are going to do this, okay? I made a community. If you guys are interested in checking it out, it's all about this. I spent my last 2-3 years trying to figure out how to make the perfect community for the people who want to be Jack Genius, who want to be smart, who want to be strong, who want to be social. If you want to check that out, it's in the description below. Regardless, the most important thing you guys have to take away from this video is your mindset is going to determine your entire life. Your entire life. And if you are sad, if you are negative, you will just attract more of that shit, okay? So you have to beware of this stuff, right? Not just the things you say, not just your environment, but the people that you're with, okay? Do the people inspire you? Do they motivate you? Do they help you get better, okay? Or do they drag you down? Do they give you less motivation? Do they not believe in you, okay? This is all an impact on your life, okay? So trust in Polo, trust in yourself, and make the right decisions with your mind, and watch how your life is going to change.